Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to round two. This is going to be the 5 Angry Hindus versus GravityX. We're into this one once again. Winner of this will take on either Heroes or Zeros or Chosen Insanity in the round three. Straight away, we've got bans coming through thick and fast.
Yeah, Mercury will be the first one taken off the board. Mercury does everything fast. He gets picked up fast, he gets banned fast, he goes fast. Cirquette and Noir also gotten rid of, so definitely an assassin focus. And then the mage with the AoE global annoying hit everyone ultimate.
Almost surprising to see that one overall. Now we're going to see across the way as well. We're going to see Cirquette taken out as well. Not surprised to see that one either. Why have they made me... I'm looking like DM Brandon on screen. Bear with me. I'm actually taller than this, guys. Give me a second. I'm just going to fix this live in front of you all because I'm not having me look like DM. That's just rude. That's embarrassing.
The booster seat out.
Who wants to be DM? Right, booster seat online. There we go. The Cirquette banned away one more time, Crat. I'm surprised. I'm not surprised by the Cirquette bans. Honestly, overall, she does seem really strong, and everyone's starting to realize that now.
Yeah, I mean, so actually, I agree with you. Just not this week. There's actually a current bug with Cirquette. Her Deathbane is only applying a maximum of 2 times as opposed to 3.
That's
so
right.
you're getting less damage. You're getting 66% of the damage that you could have gotten before. When you're also accounting for the fact that a lot of Cirquette players are crit focused, this is another chance to get your Deathbringer crit gone, which kinda sucks. So it is an unfortunate bug. Hi-rez are aware they're probably gonna fix it with the next patch, but Cirquette is less ban and pick worthy than she was last patch, but is probably still ban and pick worthy.
Yeah. Right, pick so far though, Cret. We're going to see Nemesis picked first by 5 Angry Hindus. Now, with them doing that, it kind of initiates the fact that, well, if you pick Zhong, we've already got a counter for you. If you pick Geb, we can also deal with it. But if you don't pick them, we can pick them up instead. It's a really strange first pick.
I mean, you don't see it that much, but I like it because when neither support is banned, you know you're getting to get one of the two. The win rate difference in the SPL between Geb and Athena is 50% versus 52%, Geb being on top, so it's not that substantial, and honestly, they're both pretty good. Zhang Kui is going to be going in with Nemesis, so now you've got the Nemesis on 5 Angry Hindus to probably focus Geb, if nothing else, and could be switched to focusing someone else. Geb can really get picked on by Nemesis early on.
Yeah, and Agni as well. I mean, Agni with the the slows that you apply to Agni can really affect him. Obviously, he's only going to have Path of Flames to try and escape from Torment there. So, interesting picks coming out already. Apollo going to be the last pick for Gravity here. They really wanted to secure the Hunter in that role and look for the split push option.
Well, and the other thing is, people always talk about Geb Zhang Kui synergy, but Athena has it too, in a different way. Athena ultimate reduces the damage you take by 20%. That's flat 20%, stacks linear, has no diminishing returns, and applies after damage reduction, which basically means it's the best kind of damage reduction there is. It can be equivalent to about 50 protections depending on what your already standing damage reduction is, and it will stack with other percent damage reduction effects such as Aegis Amulet or Shell, so you can abuse that.
Really like the Rama ban coming out from GravityX here. Take Apollo, make sure one of these mad matchups. Honestly, Rama has a good matchup against Apollo, so taking him off the table is a good decision, especially with, what's available left. I mean, Artemis had some nerfs to suppress the insolence, so she's been picked up a little bit less now. That kind of leaves, Anher, Neith along the way, really. There's not that many others that can really, have an effective lineup. Maybe Ul. Ul's pretty good against Apollo.
Well, the thing about the Ramvin especially is he's really the sweet spot between Neith and Apollo.
That's
where
right.
Apollo ults into the fight and then does his thing. Neith sits in lane, ults over, and then pushes. And Rama sort of
does both.
Well, he rotates halfway, then he fires his ult in, and then he lands, and he's like, alright, do I want to walk into the fight or go back to my lane? So he's not as good at either, but he kind of can do both. We have an Isis hovered on for 5 Angry Hindus. Let's talk about that damage reduction stack again, because with Isis, that's 15%, Shell is 15%, Aegis is 20%, Athena is 20%, and that is 30, 20, 70% damage reduction on a Zhang Kui if 5 Angry Hindus combo it right.
And
hard
with
to
his
do,
shield
hard
as well.
to buff, and a little bit clunky, but like,
And with his shield as well.
hard to do, hard to buff, and a little bit clunky, but like,
I mean, Apollo versus Agni, sorry, Isis versus Agni in the lane matchup as well. It does go backwards and forwards in that one. As the game goes, I mean, early on, Isis should be able to outpush Agni, put the pressure on. However, obviously, if Agni catches Isis out of position in a situation around level 10, level 11, Agni can definitely decimate Isis in that situation. But same if the Spirit Ball connects.
Yeah.
So, going to come down to the individual Isis play coming out from the 5 Angry Hindus for that one to be effective or not. Final pick for GravityX, though, they're hovering over Hunbats here. And against this very strong team fight composition that 5 Angry Hindus have on paper, I really like this pickup.
I like it too. I think Hunbot's ultimate could really be effective at zoning off the follow-up of Zhongkui. The way Zhongkui works in teamfights, and we all know this, is he runs at you and he spams ghosts. And because he's not CC immune, and because his team isn't CC immune, Hunbot's ultimate can be used to just block off a corridor, stop the advance, and it's going to necessitate beats to get through that, so that could be really nice. It obviously has other uses as well, but I want to talk about the Agni Isis matchup because it's an old classic mid lane matchup. Now, I feel like in the current meta we don't really have your classic mid lane matchup, but we have a classic Hunter matchup. It's the Apollo Rom matchup, and Agni Isis is just it's very similar. Where like, yeah, there's different advantages and disadvantages between the two, and they both specialize in different things. But in lane, it's pretty even. They're both able to use their advantages to get ahead if they play it well, and it's really just about skill, who can come out on top and who can transition better. Overall, probably Agni in favor because he's stayed in the meta and will always be in the meta.
Always be in the meta.
Whereas Isis is sort of like, can you play her super well? Can you put her ult in the right place? Do you have the mechanics? Do you know how diminishing reductions works? There's all these questions. There's like 10 of them. And then it's like, if you answered yes to 80%, you should pick Isis.
And then on top of that, can you blink like Pretty Prime does and force an engagement? You know? That's just the icing on the cake with that god. So guys, it's going to be 5 Angry Hindus versus GravityX up next in the round 2. Coming up as soon as these guys have loaded into game, we'll be right back with you.
Here we are in the shadow of Olympus. 2 teams facing off. In the blue trunks representing order, it's going to be 5 Angry Hindus, and representing the side of chaos, we're going to be seeing GravityX.
Well, these two teams on paper, they look pretty good with their compositions. I think both these teams have really put some effort and thought into their picks and bans that actually went through on this one. We can see them at the start of the game. Looks like GravityX going to be rushing the Transcendence more than likely on Ul. Not a surprise to see that. Meanwhile, Olarish going to be going for the standard Devour's Gauntlets. Ra's gone for a not too greedy build. He's not going to have any potions, but he's going to be working towards his Warlock Sash. Overall, start with the Uncommon Sash and the Vampiric Shroud. He could have gone for the Tier 2 option of the Uncommon Sash to work on the Warlock Sash a little bit quicker. However, if he does that and gets picked off early, it's going to put him at a detriment. At least the Vampiric Shroud will give him a little bit of sustain. Early invade from 5 Angry Hindus here. They looked for a bit of aggression on the left-hand side. Doesn't find it, but an early ward down. And now they're going to get spotted out by the ward as they rotate towards middle. They've just been placed down by Gravity.
When it actually comes to a level 1 fight, I quite like what 5 Angry Hindus have. But yeah, I mean, I think it's the better part of Valor from GravityX just to sit under tower, stay safe, get the wards, and recall. They don't want to get caught out because there's so much utility on Ullr. You've got a great Spirit Ball, slow from Zhongkui, and some auto attack damage, slow from Nemesis, and a taunt.
Interesting decision from the Zhongkui, though. He's gone for Vampiric Shroud, plenty of potions, and sprint. Sprint one.
Yeah. And so what's actually a little bit weird is a lot of times you'll see this build, but you'll also have Boots one, but he's actually elected to go into more potions and have gold floating. He's sitting on currently 200 gold in hand plus more because he's starting to get passive gold per 5 and, you know, the gold spooling. But he's going to have a lot of options, and he's going to have that early active, so if he needs to, he can reposition a little bit more. That said, I would like to see Boots 1 added into the build, because while Sprint is going to be, 30% movement speed for 4 seconds, Boots 1 it's a lot. It's like 6% all the time.
Really is. So not using that gold to effect at the fullest for the time being is that Zhongkui for the time being. They're going to get to lane a little bit later than they probably want to, but they're going to get back in there just in time to get into tower range. Not going to take too much poke other than a monkey to the face for now. So everyone's back to farming. Isis versus Agni early on. Nice Spirit Ball from Cover Tactician there, trying to keep the pressure onto this Agni. Using the Wingust to poke down and keep the pressure on. Agni needs to watch his positioning overall. They're going to use some minion aggro there, but immediately dash back to have that Spirit Ball connect. Could be trouble. Not going to this time though.
And Hinduman, we're going to see a rotation out from the Hoon bots into the right jungle. Looks like he's going to be going for the safe RPs. The question...
Oh, he's not, you know. This is
buff.
risky. Going to go straight round the back of the option. Are they going to get spotted out? That's the question. Do they know this is going on? And can anyone collapse? Well, the dual lane of the 5 Angry Hindus are pushed up here. If they know this is on, they could try and defend it. It looks like he's going to be too late to the party, though, Krat. This was a really good play from the Hun bats.
Yeah, I mean, what needs to happen is 5 Angry Hindus need to ping that out when Hoonbots rotates, and then you have to just keep your eyes out and say, alright, where's he going? This could be a good gank. GravityX in trouble, but Geb's very, very low. Looks like the damage will be on the Uller. First blood going the way of Sanjo, now level 4, and he's going to be hitting a very early level 5 as well.
Very early level 5, especially taking away the speed buff. He's just going to deny even more overall to the side of 5 Angry Hindus. Jalt's going to be behind in that jungle now, going to realise that he's only level 4. His speed buff has been taken. And on top of that, Humbat's getting the early first blood. That Fear No Evil at level 5 is going to be nasty when he comes online. Who's he going to focus on? That's going to be the question.
I mean, he's got a lot of good options. The biggest thing is, can he interrupt Nemesis's dash, which is basically just luck and a bit of timing, but if he can, that's an assured kill. Or you could just go for the Isis and try and follow up with bombs. Argonath in the mid lane, level 4, so a little bit behind and been pressured the whole time. There is actually some advanced counterplay available between Agni Isis. You can stun after your flame wave. It's very hard to do.
It's not easy at all, and you have to do it at the max range as well, Krat, to really make it land. You can't do it like early on. It has to be at the very top end of the wave. It's not the easiest thing to do in the world. I expect the mid camps could be a big contest, but while mid lane Jots has hit level 5, we did see Humbats come round there as well. Not going to find the ultimate available, not going to go too aggressive. Mid camp spawning though, Geb's already in position. Ruler a little bit late on this rotation towards the mid camps. It looks like they're going to go for the right hand side, but Ra already in position to contest these. He will have snipe available. Cover Tactician seems to be aware of it though. Good. Spirit Ball connects. Going to get some free Wind Gust damage off as Jaltz tries his own. The snipe comes out, steals away one, I believe, but the other one goes in favor of the 5 Angry Hindus. 3-1 split. Looks like they're looking for more though.
Yeah, Ra's gonna be in trouble, receives the Divine Judgment, but there's damage on the middle lane. Cover Tactician, a lot of trouble, will fall. Did he even use his ultimate? No, and that's gonna be a big mistake. Now, Zhonghui is rotated in from the solo lane, but Sancho's gonna be able to zone him off. The Hoon bot's ultimate is down by getting damage onto Jaltz, and here comes the Geb. Can't really continue, no jungle buffs to take.
GravityX played that so well. They took the left camp, immediately rotated right, collapsed on the team that were rotating back to middle lane. Cover Tactician gets picked off. Jaltz went aggressive on the Ra there and panicked, I feel. You know, he was under pressure because his team were in a fight. He could have probably picked up the Ra there. He was low on mana. He'd already used all his abilities as well, Krat, but he chose to back away. Better side of judgment, I think, over there. Now Jaltz getting aggressed in the jungle by Humbats one more time. They know the red buff spawning here, Krat, and this is a great call from them. Looking to seal out. Spirit Ball connects. Wind Gust going to get some damage off onto the Agni. Agni going to get silenced out as Jaltz tries to get away. The bomb going to connect, but the shield going to heal him a little bit. William on that Zhonghui going to rotate in now as Cover's trying to fight off 4 members in the jungle. Card does connect, and there's a good stun onto Sanjo, but can Sanjo get out? That's the question. No, he can't. Circle of protection used. Red buff holds, and Cover finds himself a kill.
Nice pickup there coming out from Isis, and they're going to be able to defend their red buff with the help of that Defender of Olympus just to tank it up and give it to William. Now Nemesis is going to be, looks like heading back to the right-hand side to help Zhonghui get his blue. And actually, maybe Cover Tactician. Yeah, he's going to go back and pick up the red. So now rotating back to the left-hand side, you've got Geb, and blue buffs will be going down all across the map.
GravityX went down for first blood at the start of this game, went back to base and picked up Spike Gauntlet as his first backing item. I don't understand why he's done that. If he was going to go for Spike Gauntlet, he probably should have done... If he was going to go Devour's Gauntlet, he probably should have done that first. Yeah. It looks like we're going to have a double stack in Ul, and we all know that it's a risky business.
I mean, he might go for Transcendence. So the thing about Transcendence, and this is a big misconception, is I think people think about the mana you get wrong. It's not about getting 750 mana. It's about getting to the point where you're not going to run out of mana, ever. And you get the damage.
That's right.
And Ullr's quite mana intensive, so not running out is definitely
he's
removing
taking a lot of
factor.
free poke. A lot of free poke there onto the Apollo.
Ooh.
So beautiful. Connects about. Oh
wow!
my gosh! Otterish just like landed all the autos time after time. Really only used the taunt. Meanwhile, right hand side, Sanjo goes aggressive and William brings him down as well. Mid lane Agni contestant with the Isis. Isis under pressure there as well. Has to back off to tower. GravityX looking great right now.
They just had so much pressure across all 3 lanes. Great help from the I guess it's invader archers is what they are, just to help Otterish kill. I really didn't expect that one. It was like a sniper coming out.
Just that last little auto attack brings up. But mid camps now both going to go to GravityX. Geb's taking the left, rather right hand side. As things are starting to really go in favour of 5 Angry Hinge, you can see cover tactician trying to defend mid. Geb's going to rotate in here. Does he have the blink available? That's the question. He does, but he's not going to go for it just yet. If that stun lands, maybe they'll go for it. Good knock up, going to buy some time. The Path of Flames in. Circle of Protection to try and keep himself alive. Good! Spirit Ball going to buy him a second. And then the silence as well. And eventually the overhand smash does come down on the 3rd attempt of asking. Sanjo picks up that kill. Tactician tried to buy himself some time, not long enough. GravityX went back to base, so again, Cret, and he's working on Devour's Gauntlets now. It looks like he's going to rush those.
So I think he basically was like, yeah, I'm going to start Transcendence or Heartseeker. And then he was like, wait, I got First Blooded. I can't do that. I need to play a little bit safer. We'll be going for those Devour's Gloves, but I don't think it's going to help. And one of the big nerfs to Ur is he took a base damage hit to his 1 so that it won't fully clear a wave. It won't fully clear archers, which means that no matter what happens, GravityX is going to have to auto attack, and now he's going to get ganked. Otterish running in, won't find the So Beautiful.
Right side though, Geb went in aggressive as well, doesn't actually find it. He was looking for the ultimate, didn't actually manage to find the knock up on that one. But yeah, GravityX is in a lot of trouble in this lane, Cret.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the big thing is Apollo's not a good boxer, but once you get a significant advantage, which 2 levels ahead and being ahead an entire stacking item is, you can really take control. And when Apollo becomes the ADC that wins duels and has more global presence, suddenly you're just in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I mean, the one boat, meanwhile in the jungle, Sanjo going to find Jelts there, 10, level 10 versus level 7, the ultimate comes out with Athena on top. He's already trying to jump it away, has to use the Fear No Evil, but now Agni rotates in. There's a lot of damage coming out from the fire bombs raining down. Jelts is still trying to get away. Meanwhile, Geb rotating, trying to put the pressure on Athena, going to get zoned out with the Spirit Ball as well. Jelts still trying to run away. Will's in a position to try and contest it with the Zhonghui. Going to throw out a card to force a disengage. Apollo did jump into mid lane, didn't find a kill for it. Going to give a little bit of pressure onto mid lane now as a Spirit Ball connects. He's going to buy GravityX a little bit of time for free farm.
Well, this is going to be a kill on the tower. Blink in, nice circle of protection, but will it buy enough time or enough damage? Nice Aegis, but the bomb gets the kill. And the mid tower or the Gold Fury looks like they're going to commit to mid tower, having just 1 minion left and a Geb to tank it. It will go down. Yeah, and that's a big map control victory.
It really is. Mid tower is a really big key. And look at the wall placements they've got as well. Very aggressive wall placements from the whole team of GravityX. Deep in the enemy jungle, to an extent they can see every rotation that this Nemesis is making. And now, with that tower down, they'll probably push these even deeper to the red buff, to the speed buff, and keep an eye on when they're spawning. Just like this red buff now that Sanjo has just warded.
So I mentioned earlier how unfortunate it is when you get behind as an ADC against Apollo, and due to the nature of Nemesis, the fact that she doesn't have global ultimate and doesn't have hard CC, she's really bad at ganking Apollo, like really bad at it. Yeah, and so there's really no good option for 5 Angry Hindus to take Apollo down, and that's hard.
It's not the easiest thing in the world.
They can't gank him. They can't apply pressure to him. And hold on a second. Gold Fury is going to get just bursted here. It's gone.
No wall coverage at all. The bombs rain down from Agni, and that burst from the very high levels. Now the experience lead 6,000 right now at 10 minutes in. 5,000 gold lead after the Gold Fury going down as well. GravityX take the left mid camps as well. And now 5 Angry Hinges have got their backs against the wall.
The big thing about Agni is when you drop your entire kit, the dash, the flame wave, and all 3 bombs, you're actually one of the highest damage mages in the game. It's like Anubis is still laughing at you because he's Anubis, but Agni does a lot when he uses his entire kit. So he's going to be able to help burst that Gold Fury down in the middle lane. Cover Technician taking some damage. Won't get flame waved. It is on cooldown, but hold on a second. Athena coming around the dual lane has a preemptive strike charged up.
I mean, the worst thing in this situation as well is the fact that Athena's having to semi-babysit this, this all-in lane, and in doing so, it's denying GravityX some experience in this lane. But if he leaves him alone, this level 13 Apollo will crush him in seconds, as he already has done. Jal's going to come in for a rotation here, but this is going to be the power of Orish. He's going to be able to deal with 3 members, not even panicking yet. Uses the moves to just back away, and that's the end of the engagement. Like, that was the only real thing they could do to pressure him. Athena's going to ult in right-hand side, though. Is it going to be mid? No, he's in mid. Come a Tactician, going for the big burst up to Agony. Agony's in trouble, uses the beads to buy time. Has to avoid the Wingers, cannot. It was a good kill for 5 Angry Hindus, but can they get something out of that? I don't think they can. Just a pick up.
Well, it's a big rotation, but I mean, what do they go for? A jungle invade? I think that would be a little bit too risky. Gold Fury is down, they don't have pressure to get away, so not even a mid camp. It was a good kill. It just wasn't at the right time, which sucks.
Timing is very, very key in the game of Smite. A lot of people are like, meanwhile in mid, Geb does get caught out of position a little bit here. They go aggressive, using the ultimate as well. And now he's trying to buy time. Great knock-up, followed by Cataclysm. There's the Vein of Evil. Another level of advantage, plus the gold is paying off for GravityX as they turn this on its head. Great Spirit Ball again from Cover Tactician, stopping the overhand smash. Eventually it comes down. Here comes Will, and that's Zhonghui. He's been spotted out by the wards, though. Is he going to be able to find a kill? That's the question. Will pops the ultimate, the silence going to buy time to stop the rollout from Geb. Geb's in a lot of trouble as the Spirit Ball connects. The Ghost do help bringing him down thanks to the exorcism. GravityX rotates out a lane, looking to continue the fight, but Will's in trouble now.
Searing Pain! He's gonna hit the Uller, but not doing enough damage to kill. Ross sitting on that ultimate for too long, and I feel like he just could have used that 10 seconds earlier and potentially saved his Geb if he forced out Isis, forced out Nemesis. But hitting, I mean, he did get a force out there. He forced Uller to walk back to base, and as a result, might be able to help his team get this mid tower.
Like, look at this engagement. This whole engagement started with the 5 Angry Hindus going aggressive onto the Agni. Yep. Then they turn onto the Geb, and now they lose 3/4 of the HP on their tier 2 tower after the rotation back out from GravityX. GravityX had an opportunity to take something down off the back of the engagement and made it pay. It was originally 5 Angry Hindus' win to an extent. They just couldn't capitalize on the fight that followed.
I mean, one of the biggest things about being behind is you have less damage total than your opponents. Like, if you add up all the damage that you can do, and then you compare it to what your opponents have, they're gonna have more. So when you're going into a team fight, you have to get as much as you can, and then make a decision to disengage when you're out of resources. And 5 Angry Hindus made that decision a little bit too late, gave up a lot of pressure. Speaking of pressure, on the left-hand side, Apollo's starting to get a lot of damage onto the towers. Meanwhile, Sanjo in the middle lane, he's going to find 3 members of the Hindus, but he's going to actually turn and fight, dropping Fear No Evil, then thinking better of it, and will back off. So ultimate popped at the cost of, I believe, beads used by the Hindus.
I'll look at the left-hand side right now as well, Look what Apollo's doing. This isn't something that we don't see very often. It's called the freeze the lane option. He's going to soak up golden experience even if he's not lasting. Oh, we're going to kill him mid. We've still got a fight going on. As you see the circle of protection coming out from Cover Tactician, the silence going to buy time for Geb. Not be able to roll out, but he does get the shield off. Giles has to back away after using the ultimate. Apollo's in the sky though. Going to come in big. Age is going to buy Cover Tactician a second. Can he duke out some abilities? No, he cannot. The in-hands bring him down. And now it looks like this tier 2 tower in the middle should fall here. GravityX still in the left-hand side. He could either choose to take tower or rotate. It looks like he's going to go for the tower. And now this tier 2 in mid falls as well.
I mean, would GravityX be able... I don't think he could have rotated there to really do anything unless he was proactive. One of the best ways to counter Apollo's rotations is just to start leaving your lane first. And maybe he stays and gives it the tower, or maybe he follows you.
I guess when you're behind, though, realistically, when you're behind like you are in this lane, I'd
just take the farm.
I'd stay and farm and take the farm as much as possible. So it's probably the best option for him in this game to just sit in that lane. He's got his Devour's Goalless online now. He's still working on the Transcendence. Going to be a bit of a later one. Meanwhile, though, across the way, Orish now has his core pretty much built. His next up is Crit for him. He's already got the Execution online, Devour's Goalless, and his Warrior Tabby finished. So Apollo's going to be a big issue in this game going forward. He already has been.
Yeah, he already has been for sure. Transcendence is done from the GravityX, so that's nice. And with the Transcendence and Devo Gloves done, he's going to be hitting very hard with his abilities, especially because Transcendence gives you roughly 55 magical power or physical power base, and then you get an extra 20 from stacks. It's really mostly base values. The stacks are nice, you definitely want them, but they're not nearly as important as Heartseeker, Doom or Borlock Sash, or Ancile or Urchin.
I mean, you can see how far behind the 500 Hindus are right now when you look at the supports. You can see Athena level 10 to the level 12 of Geb, but the biggest difference to really mention is Sovereignty is finished on one. Oh, big ultimate left and right hand side, and Sanjo trying to get away. The snipe's going to go into Jaltz here. Jaltz uses the shield, but doesn't find it in time. Sanjo does get out of this fight, but can they turn this around? Weakening Curse going to buy some time for them to continue the aggression on. Can Will find the damage? That's the question. It doesn't look like he can. Meanwhile, left hand side, Honorish gets a kill on GravityX as his fight still going off as a ghoster out from Will, but he's taking a lot of pokes. Celestial Beam hits those minions. They're going to help bring him down as well. In the jungle, Agony's trying to zone out cover Tactician.
Apollo.
Here he comes. It looks like Cover's in trouble. The dunk down. Finds another kill. Meanwhile, right hand side, Ruler goes down as well. Cleanup crew on aisle 5, 6, and 7 as GravityX win that game. Surrender vote coming out from 5 Angry Hindus there. I think they realized they were done.
Yeah, you know, you got to give it to 5 Angry Hindus. They're a team that knows when they're beat. At that point, with that fight, they were down 10,000 gold. They had some really good engagements, but Apollo was too far ahead and was able to absolutely destroy GravityX in 1v1. And when you're Apollo, or when an Apollo can beat out an Uller, that's really bad because Uller is supposed to be the better boxer. Apollo is supposed to win through his global presence, and when he can do both, he's probably too far ahead. I was watching a different part of the team fight. Cover Tactician, that whole time was in the jungle, sort of battling with Hoonbots and Agni. It was doing a really good job. Couldn't quite find a bead on either of them to get a kill, but he had some really good plays. He stayed alive, and I mean, it's a level 14 Isis versus a level 15 Hoonbots and a level 15 Agni. He did play it very well. He just couldn't get the kills that he might have needed to turn the fight around, and then Otters just showed up and was like, right, I'm gonna take this kill, and I'm gonna move on to the next round, to the round of 8.
Yep, and one thing to note as well in the round of 8, they're going to face off against Chosen Insanity, who defeated Heroes and Zeros.
Wow.
So that's a pretty big scalp to take at the start of this one, early on. Surprised to see Heroes and Zeros going out this early. I want to see what the roster is for Chosen Insanity then, going into that one. But guys, we'll be right back with the next round game. It will be a round 3 game as soon as the teams are ready and we know exactly who we're going to be following in.